right, welcome back to another episode of Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Puppet Shows and Shadow Plays. I'm Joe. I'm joined by my good friends. I am joined by Jean, playing Thorn.
Baba.
Who is going to become the Himbaba one day. He's recognized the weakness of his flesh and the strength of the machine, and he's going to embrace that entirely. We are joined, of course, by Dace, playing Bert.
Wendigo.
He is, of course, going to become a rabid killing machine out in the wilderness that sucks. Wait, no. Wendigos aren't the goat suckers. That's a chupacabra. What do Wendigos do?
I read the Puppets and Shadow Plays module over the break.
That's right.
You know that this is the monster that we're about to encounter.
Right.
You know that.
The
I don't know
Wendigo.
why you're pretending otherwise.
You know, I got to keep up the guys for the other guys, you know. But yeah, traditionally I share every module with Dace so that he knows what's happening.
He has a handicap, so...
Yes, he has a hand.
Low blow, John. Low blow.
And, of course,
kidding.
joined by Brad, playing Jack.
Liberty bibbity.
Okay, thank you. You're just joining us back as we are getting back into our second session. Pup Show Shadow Plays for this one. And I say, once again, we jump right into it because we want to get the most out of Jean because apparently he has things to do. So we want to get as much time with him as possible. You know, because I don't know I still don't know what Jean does for a living. We joke about him being on the run for the law. Maybe it's true. I
make dice rollers. That's what I've actually...
He makes dice rollers.
I've
Custom
designed
dice
myself
rollers.
Yeah.
Bespoke dice rollers.
There's someone at the NSA who's like, he's cracked the code.
Yeah, actually.
John, make another tier for our Patreon. They can go above 100 if they pay extra.
It'll let them roll more than 100
So
dice at a
useless.
time. So last time, you guys, Bert, Jack, and Thorn, had gone with Colorados, had deposited these ATF guys. You guys were deputized to the Apache, the Apache Police Department there, which technically I think makes you deputies of a federal agency because all of that is underneath the Agency of Indian Affairs, which is a federal agency. Oddly enough, so now you guys
License
are
to kill.
Not quite. We're getting there though. I'm trying to get you guys there. So you guys are technically federal agents in a way, although your jurisdiction is limited. But you guys then went out to the Begay Ranch. The Begay Ranch is a big sheep ranch where you discovered signs of a massacre, where not only had hundreds of livestock been killed and, as Bert discovered, drained of their blood, not terribly surprising, but also the death of Victoria Luis and Terry Begay, who were again put in these shallow graves and then dug up, at least enough to expose them. You guys find evidence of a large man, you know, these huge boot prints dragging these bodies out here, probably having buried these people. And then also evidence, again, of this giant coyote. Colorado's just join you guys at some point and is unnerved by this, you know, but is insistent that this big dog is not the problem. It is these footprints of this man. He tells you that the neighbor who kind of called this in, it's one of the neighbors of the Begays, a man named by the name of John Rope, who'd apparently hadn't seen them for a few days and had called in to get them checked on. Maybe he had seen the vultures over their land, from his land nearby, and had asked for the cops to go out and find him, to check on them, and they found this. So, you guys are here now with Colorado's. Colorado's also told you, oh, by the way, John Rope, and Colorado's was a little unnerved about the footprints in a way. He says that, well, John Rope's brother, actually, is a medicine man. And, you know, and he had mentioned something about this coyote spirit, this trickster spirit, as he put it. And, you know, and Bert said something terribly, terribly offensive about the whole situation. But Colorados had said, like, listen, like, I don't really believe it either, right? But I'm just telling you, like, this is really weird. This is a coincidence, right? And that is where we left with you guys standing there on the Begay Ranch. The heat. Well, we're actually kind of getting towards the evening now. Like, it's probably almost 6 o'clock at this point. Like, the sun is starting to go down. The heat of the day, I mean, the heat of just baked into the ground is still radiating up at you, but the heat from above from the sun is dissipating. You know, and again, all these vultures are still flying around. So that is where we're going to start. What do you guys want to do?
Let Colorado's take the lead to this other tribe member's house.
Okay. You guys are, he'll ask, it's like, anybody want to ride with me, or are you guys going to ride together?
We'll take the car you loaned us there together.
Oh, Brad froze again.
Nope. He was gonna say you take Juan with you.
Yes.
Is that what you were going to say?
No.
He wants to take? Okay.
Damn it.
I was just saying we'll ride together in the car they loaned us.
Okay, you guys are just gonna hop in the cruiser and head over there. Okay, all right. He's like, John Ropes. He kind of points down the road a bit. He's like, John's ranch is down there a ways, about 10 miles. So just follow me. You know, he jumps in the Cherokee. You guys jump in the cruiser. You guys wave at Juan as you go by, and, you know, maybe Colorado stops and says, stay here, don't let anyone else in, especially the family. You know, like, if you see any of the other brigades, don't let them in, you know, kind of thing. And he's like, you know, you can kind of hear this conversation, you know, as Colorado stops there with his window down, and you can see Juan is, you know, you see him kind of slump too when he hears that the brigades are dead. But this is a community of people. They knew each other, right? You know, and, you know, you can really, really see that. So as you guys are driving over there, does anything happen, or do you guys say anything while you're in the car heading over there?
Turn back to Bert,
Has it struck you as a...
and we all speak at exactly the same time.
Of course.
We all have the same thought, and we all thinking, Arby's.
Arby's. What were you going to say, Dace?
No, nothing. I'm actually glad that I got cut off. I was going to say something that I would have regretted.
Okay, fine.
Jack will just reiterate that his plan is just like, I'm going to go talk. I think we should go speak to this neighbor, just to see if we can glean any more information, but I do intend to track down that thing.
Are we really the best place to do this, Jack? Should we not be talking to animal control or a hunting group? Don't know what you call them.
I'm in a tough situation. We are the only ones that can take care of that.
We have the firepower, Thorn.
You do?
Something's out there, and it ain't no man. We're all gonna die.
Okay.
Game over, man.
Game over.
Well, in that case, I trust you, Jack. Why didn't you say so initially? Let's go.
Why didn't
I
you
just
say
had
we
to
were all gonna
pretend
die?
like the guy from Predator, the Native American dude from Predator.
Yeah, so
Billy.
you guys follow Colorado's. Doesn't take you that long. It takes you like probably 10 minutes to get down there, down this kind of dirt road. You pull up on a pretty kind of like rundown place. Again, it looks like to be a ranch. There's sheep. That seems to be a lot of what's going on out here. And as you guys pull up, you know, and keep in mind, you know, like what this would look like if you were at home. You live way the hell out here, and 2 police cars are both coming up to your house at the same time, you know, and as you're kind of bumping up, and again, the sun's starting to go down, you see a man come out onto the front porch. He's in his like 50s, it looks like, you know, a tall, quite skinny Native American man who's comes out, and he has in his hands like a big kind of like mason jar that he's drinking out of. And he kind of stands there with his hands in his pockets, and spits as you guys come up. And you see Colorado's do a little wave as he puts the car in the park, and the guy kind of raises the glass to him a little bit. And he's really, as and you guys are 3 white guys, getting out of the car, the cruiser. He that's weird. That's a weird thing to see, 3 non-natives getting out of this cop car, right? And he's like, you can hear him. He's like, hey, John? He's like, Alejandro's, kind of thing. And they have a very quick confab, very quick kind of back and forth as you guys.
This is not there. This is just the neighbor. This is. Does he live with his brother, or is the shaman?
Don't know yet.
Okay. Tell me now.
So you guys are all there watching Colorado's and him talk. As Colorado's just standing there down on the ground as he's standing up on his porch. Again, kind of hand in his pockets. He's talking to Colorado's, but he's looking at you guys.
They speaking in Cherokee?
Apache.
Sorry, Apache.
Yeah, like as you guys get out, maybe you can tell they're not speaking English at first. Thorn, as you draw close, you can hear he's talking about you guys. He's like, Colorado's is basically saying, I trust these men. They are here to help. Like you catch that, like, because you have a high enough skill to hear the basics.
Okay.
Right. That these men are here to help. Right. I know that it's like, and then this man who you assume to be John Rope is standing here, and he's like, they're not one of us, Colorado's. They're never here to help. Kind of thing. He's like, no. He's like, no. These guys are different. These guys are. He says, maybe you catch the word honest men. And it's like,
I'm sure we can. Jack can kind of feel the uneasiness, and he's like, Lord, maybe this is your expertise. See if you can create a friendly dynamic.
Yeah, just make sure Bert keeps his goddamn mouth shut.
Bert's still looking at the reflection in the car and seeing himself wink at himself.
It's like picking at.
Sharpening his knife.
It's like the Matrix. He touches the windshield and it starts to.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, Bert's at the edge of his breaking point, so it's not going to take much more to see Bert get a little funny. All right, so yeah, you guys walk up, and Alejandro's.
I'll walk up.
Alejandro switches to English. He's like, these are friends from the FBI. I've recently deputized them, John. They're here helping out.
Good to meet you.
He just stands there, hand in his pocket, drinking out of his mason jar. Looks like he's drinking tea. He's like, are they here to help out? He does not seem to like you guys. And Colorado says, it's like, John, Victorio, Luis, Terry, they're dead. And John Rope gets very still for a moment, but he doesn't really change his face. He's very still, and then he kind of goes back to just kind of like rocking on his heels. Like, I guess it wasn't just their sheep that the vultures were after then. Not cold, but kind of distant.
Did you know them?
Oh,
Were you
yeah.
friends?
Oh yeah, neighbors for years, decades. Knew Victorio since he was a little boy.
Did you...
Sidebar. Were they also Native American?
Yes, all of them.
Sorry to... Jack. Do you hear anything during the day, during the night? Any screams? Or was it just the vultures that you saw?
I saw the vultures. I've got
He's like a mile away, right?
Yeah, he's like several miles away, but he could see.
Okay.
He's like, I've never seen so many vultures at once. Like they're like a cloud hanging over there. Maybe you can still just barely see them as the light is diminishing here. Kind of looks out to them. You know, he's like, figured something had gotten hold of their flock. Something must have gotten all of them at once. Never seen such a thing. It's a bad omen.
John. Go ahead.
He says, he's like, listen, Victorio, something's been getting into his flock for several days. 1 or 2 a night. Victorio was going to stay up last night on Saturday. He was going to watch for it. He was going to stay up all night. He slept all day and was going to stay up all night. Asked me to see to his herd in the day while he was sleeping.
Does he have boots on?
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Do they
Regular
somehow match some kind of work boots that we might see dirty, mucked up, full of blood?
Well, you're gonna have to give me a roll for that. Like for you to just see. I mean, he has boots. You know, but probably most ranchers have boots.
Mm-hmm. What do you reckon? Just straight up alertness?
No, not alertness. Forensic search.
Okay.
Something like that. That's what's gonna have to take, especially with him on his feet.
Fine. Nothing on search. 54. Over 44.
You can't tell.
Jack will be like, I heard, trying to find the right words, to say, your brother might have some insight to the situation.
He kind of pauses and he kind of side eyes Colorado's. He's like, "What do you want with my brother?" Oh, that's Colorado's voice. "What do you want with my brother?" They're very similar. Sorry, guys, I can only do so much. What do you
Speaking
want with my
Apache, how much research did you do for this, Jay? Come on.
Right. Sorry, I didn't learn the Apache language.
We're not asking any. We're not making any presumptions, but we just know that he may be a specialist in some of these matters. He may be knowing about unusually large creatures, maybe things that feed off the land and the ilk.
And Jack is a historian, so he's not an anthropologist, but he's nothing, of course, that he would be uncomfortable with. People have died. We need to question anyone that might have any kind of knowledge what happened.
He takes a long sip out of that mason jar and kind of swirls it. He's like, I haven't seen my brother God damn it. I haven't seen my brother in about.
Welcome to my world, Joe.
I haven't seen my brother. I haven't seen him in about. That'd be almost a week now. He lives here, but he looks at Colorado's, and Colorado's is like, go on, tell him. And he seems very uncomfortable. He's like, Elknath is a medicine man. He and 2 other medicine men, they go and do rituals up in the hills. They're usually gone for days at a time, cleansing, talking to the spirits. Sometimes they take young men, young women up there and initiate them into the rites. I don't expect you to understand it. It's not for you. But he has been gone longer than he usually is. And before he left, he was weirder than usual.
Could you elaborate?
Talking out of his head about omens, death, talking about things that were coming after the tribe, things. And then all this, Royos, Victorio and his family now. I can't believe he was right. Crazy old git, as he takes another drink out of that out of that mason jar.
Jack, well, if we see him, can we say that we got your blessing to speak with him?
You won't see him because you don't know where he is. The place is sacred. We don't let outsiders go there.
What does he look like? Can you describe him to us?
He describes him. You know, he's a man in the 60s.
He's not the tall, crazy dude. Okay.
He's not the tall, big guy that you saw in your
Yeah.
vision. You know.
Can I try something?
Yeah.
Bert is gonna approach John and be like, Bert Morris, Bailey Cooper and Morris. You're telling me you're not concerned about your brother's well-being when there is a mysterious being out there exsanguinating people? Let us help you. Let us help your brother. Can I roll a persuade?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. I will say he does not trust you, but you have talked about something that he is interested in. So,
Should I roll with a negative, or does that cancel it out?
flat. Roll flat.
Flat ass roll right up.
Not great.
No, it's a failure. It's worth a shot.
You want to push?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Oh no.
Right when you're on the brink.
Okay, tell me what you're going to do to push. Tell me what you're going to do to push this, how are you going to double down? Are you going to be... what are you going to do here?
I think I'll be like, over there, not a mile away on the Begay farm, there are hundreds of sheep, bone dry. What do you think could do that, John? I don't know what could, but I know one thing, it's dangerous. Yeah, so I just kind of
Okay.
try to emphasize the
danger. No,
danger.
I like it. Roll your d4 and reduce your willpower by that much.
You navigate to greenboxgaming.com.
Ooh.
/dice.
Oh, shit. I accidentally rolled 2d4. Let me try that again.
1?
1.
Okay, good. So burn 1 willpower and then re-roll your persuade. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm actually going to say...
Fuck me.
I'm going to say... Okay, I was just about to say that I'm actually going to give you a plus 20. I'm going to give you a plus 20 here because Alejandros is also joining you in this. He has a relationship with John Rope. I'm going to give you a plus 20. That
Which
gives
makes
you
it.
He just passed
an
it.
83 under 85.
Or, yeah. Man, 2 away.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I was already going to say that. I was literally about to
That was
say
a really
that.
good roll.
Yeah. So yes, that actually indicates that you are super, because keep in mind, the way Delta Green works, the higher your success, the higher that means the amount more skill it took. So this was actually a very persuasive argument. This is Bert Morris at his best. At his courtroom best. And you can see him really mulling this over. And he says aside in Apache back to Colorado's, he's like, do you trust these men? Are you sure that they're trustworthy? You know, and Colorados says, like, very quickly, he's like, and again, Thorn's the only one who understands this. He's like, they want what's best for us. Which, you know, and maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But that's what he thinks, right? And John he looks down at that mason jar, he drains the rest of it, sets it like on the arm of a chair, and he says, he's like, we're gonna have to take the four-wheelers. You know, we're gonna go on, then we're gonna have to go on foot after that.
Sorry, I'm gonna
Can't
step
take a
away
car
for
out
1
there.
second.
Oh,
Okay. Keep in mind,
How many four-wheelers do we have?
we'll say he has 3, so you guys are gonna have to double up a little bit.
okay. So I was just thinking whether Thorn would have some kind of a existential crisis, but he doesn't. His motivations are protecting innocents caught in conflicts beyond their control. So if anything, he's more in conflict with Jack still. Side note, character profile.
Well,
Okay,
and
so
Colorado's, he's gonna kind of like, as John Rope goes back into his house, he's gonna say, you know, he's like heading in, and Colorado's turns to Bert, and he's like, good job there, Bert. That's, these people, like, this stuff that we're talking about here, like, this is sensitive. I appreciate your discretion and focusing on what John needs, which is his brother.
Colorados, I am a professional.
This comes
Yeah.
straight after he makes that slight earlier about medicine,
Right.
man.
Dude,
Which is just...
it was so fucking hard for me to keep my mouth shut while he was talking earlier.
Right.
Like, they take boys and girls up there.
Right. And he's gonna. So, you know, as you guys are, you know, again, like, and by this point, I mean, it's probably 7 o'clock. Like, it's like, you know, the sun is down. Maybe the last little bits of light are still going, but like, it is getting dark.
Colorado's. Let's get some equipment before we go up there, right? Some light and maybe some firepower. And I think we're gonna load up with everything.
Yeah, I mean, he like kind of raises his eyebrow at that. He's like, but then, you know, he shakes his head. You're probably right. You're probably right. I've got some flashlights to see what John's got. You know, John Rope probably comes out with like 2 flashlights and a lantern, like an oil lantern.
Do we have emergency flares? Because that would set the scene hella good with some
yeah.
like spooky red shadows dancing. Red and
you know,
green.
Colorado's probably definitely has that in the back of his car, in the back of your
Right.
squad car as well, that you have, your patrol car.
What kind of terrain are we getting into?
Colorado's just like, he's like, well, I've been up there 2 or 3 times my life. It's a sacred place. Very rocky, completely unaccessed. Will be a point where we get to where we're gonna leave the 4-wheelers. We don't even take vehicles past that, not because they can't go there, but because for the spirits, they don't want to interfere with the sacredness of that land. There's a mountain with a cave. That's where we're going.
Okay. And
I'm assuming we have, like, go ahead.
John mentioned that there are many medicine men, Elknath being one of them. How many people should we look out for?
I mean, there's Elkneth, who's John's brother, older brother. We have Nana and Loco.
Okay.
They are 3 of our medicine men, but they're the most senior. And maybe now the moon is beginning to come up, and he's looking at it. He's like, they do rituals on the new moon, but that was a few days ago now. Should be back.
Okay. I think we have everything that we need. Let's
Tie
go.
Jack down on the cargo rack on the back of the four-wheeler.
Right. Because he's just like catatonic. He's like planking on the back of on the cargo rack of one of the four-wheelers.
There, buddy.
You're just like zhuzhing him as you're like putting bungee cords over him to like hold him down.
Exactly.
Just a magical closet attached to one of the ATVs.
Right. Yeah. Like in Baldur's Gate.
Bert Morris, a little too good with knots.
Just a little bit too good. Okay, let me see.
I think we have to make our way up there, yeah?
Yeah, so you guys...
Yep.
It's going to take it took you 10 minutes to drive over to John Rope's ranch. And that was on a car on a road. This trip that you're taking here is long. I mean, it's going to take you at least another, it's probably going to take you, almost into the night. Almost, by the time you guys get there, it's probably almost now 8 o'clock. Complete night at this juncture. As you guys are bumping along. Brad, basically, these guys have just said that they were going to, there's 3 medicine men that are traditionally doing rituals, and so they're going to head up there and try to find them. They have attached Jack to a luggage rack because he went unconscious. So over the next hour, Jack is attached to the luggage rack, bouncing on these four-wheelers as you guys go out here.
And fully
This
loaded.
location.
Was it
and you guys
anywhere? Was it in the direction of the tracks or another direction?
I mean, the tracks weren't necessarily in a particular direction, though. I will show you though where the cave is on your map. The cave is over here.
Okay.
Actually, let me pull up the map for the viewing audience as well. Yes, the cave is over here. So, it is up on this large mountain. And you guys drive in the four-wheelers, and there comes a place where you guys are driving, and you see something off in the distance in front of you down this kind of four-wheeler trail. And this is definitely a place where people take four-wheelers and dirt bikes and stuff. And you probably get out here, and you eventually come across 2 other four-wheelers, which are sitting here kind of way the hell out here in the middle of nowhere, just sitting here. Maybe on the back of them is a cooler. On one of them is a cooler, and the back of another one is like a duffel bag or something. It looks to have been strapped down, like someone had traveled out here to do some camping or something like that and had left some stuff here. And there are 2 four-wheelers here. And
who's with us, John? Is it just us? Is John with us as well?
Yes, John is taking you there. So it's you guys, John, and Alejandro's Colorados. And we'll say that one of you is on the back. We'll say that John's on his own, and then that 2 of you are together, and then one of you is riding with Colorados. So which one of you wants to spoon Colorados?
It's probably Bert. It has to be Bert.
It's Bert.
Yeah.
It's Bert.
Just makes sense.
There's just no reason why it wouldn't be Bert. And as you guys are getting here, it's like you see you're using headlights, right? You see the headlights of the four-wheeler. You see these 2 four-wheelers as you pull up. And John very quickly gets off and starts looking around the four-wheelers, and he walks over and puts his hands on the engines and stuff like that, and standing there, it's just, man in his 50s, he's tall, he's skinny, and he just puts his hands on his hips, and Colorado comes to a stop. What do you see, John? And John tells you, he's ice cold, hasn't been run in hours at least. And he opens the cooler. He's still food. They didn't even eat everything they left. Something's happened. I can feel it.
And their ceremony
Better get up there.
Their ceremony held in a cave?
Yeah.
All right.
John, you've taken us a good way so far. Alejandro's, do you know the way from here? Otherwise, I suggest we maybe send John back.
He kind of he checks his radio. Alejandro does. He's like, check. And there's like no signal. You guys are so far out here, like in between these mountains and stuff. He's like, John, Thorne is right. There's been a lot happening lately. Don't know what we're gonna find, but I'm not optimistic. Go back and go find Juan. He's down at the Begay Ranch. Tell him to radio in and let's get some people out here. And John is like, no, I have to go up there with you. Like he might need my help. And there's kind of this back and forth, and they go back. They go into Apache and start arguing. And eventually it becomes, and Thorne, you pick this up. At Colorado's, at some point, it's just like, John, like, you don't want to see what we're about to see. Like, he's like, it makes it very clear that they're likely dead. And he's able to convince John, actually, no, let's roll dice for him. Why do we just say things happen when we could roll dice?
I tried to help, didn't help.
Ooh. John Rope rolls a critical success.
Oh,
and
no.
Alejandro's rolled a failure, and John is like, no, I'm going with you.
Greenboxgaming.com, folks. Greenboxgaming.com.
For all your dice rolling needs. And Colorado just kind of shakes his head at you guys. He's like, all right, John, but you've got to stay back. And this is probably the time where you guys see that John has a massive revolver on his hip. Like,
well, that's
like
useful.
And you guys will know
Talking
that
a python.
Well, this is probably one of those revolvers that loads shotgun shells. Like it
Jesus.
loads. It's like a
I knew those existed.
It does. They're great. They're great for snakes. So he is.
How big are these snakes?
At regular size. But you want them like
America.
extra dead. America. God damn it. So he's, in Colorado said, John, you got to stay back. You got to stay back behind. And you guys all have your rifles and shotguns?
I have my shotgun out.
And M16s.
M16. Yep, we are kitted.
All right, you guys make your way up here. Jack, you guys come over a small hill and you see a tiny pinprick of light on the side of the mountain in front of you. And maybe just as you peek, you hear the sound of a coyote howling in the distance. Roll your sanity check as you have a flashback to your vision quest.
Success. 41
All right,
under
take
76. Getting low.
Take one.
Jack stops and just, tries to shake it off, cocks the shotgun, make sure it's ready.
Yeah, you pull the slide back, and John's
You
like,
okay there? You okay there, Jack? He's probably spooning me, and he's just cocked his shotgun into my back.
He's doing that thing where every time you take a step forward, his foot's directly behind your foot, and so you're like spooning as you're walking.
Take it he doesn't see anything. He's just familiar. He's not reacting.
We should be ready for anything.
Think let's crack open those flares if we need to get our way through. We're not hiding from anybody here, so let's get some visibility out here.
You guys can. Do you want to do that? You want to light the flares, and you have flashlights and stuff too, but you want to light the flares and kind
I
of hold
think
it
it'll
up
be
so everything's a
better.
little
Yeah.
Well, it's more
moody.
atmospheric, that's for sure.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, John Rope's like, that's creepy as hell. As you guys are walking through the desert. So
And
yeah,
the
there gets
rocks
to a
are
point.
casting weird shadows and flickering with the lights as well.
Right. Well, you guys get to a point where you guys are walking up this slope, and again, Jack, you remember your vision of being dragged by your ankles up a hill, and this huge dark figure in front of you dragging you up the hill by a single ankle. You know, your head bumping against the rocks as you go. And and this is that exact path. This is that exact moment. Just thump, thump, thump. It's like you can almost feel what it was like to be drug up this hill. You guys get to the mouth of the cave, it's still up the hill, probably just like 10 feet or so from you. And John Rope pulls out his pistol, and he's like, I'll go first. And Colorado's just like, God damn it, John, no. And John's like, he's like, these guys, they can't go in there, Colorado's. This isn't right. And Colorado's again, he's like, now Colorado's having none of it. He's like, he's like, you don't want to see what's in there, John. Let me go. Oh, and he kind of looks at you guys. He's like, stay here just a second, okay?
Absolutely not.
He's like, he just points at John. He's like, do not come up here. And he looks at you. He's like, he's looking between you guys. He's like, Bert, stay with John.
Okay.
He's
okay. Yeah,
you could
sure.
tell it was hard for him
problem.
to choose who was going to stay back. And he looks at Bert and he's like, ugh. Like, is this the best idea? So he's like, stay with John. And he's like, you too.
As y'all walk into the cave, Bert's like, well, John, I'm 164th Choctaw on my mother's side.
He's just like, shut the fuck up. He's just, it seems that he's a bit stressed. You guys walk up. And as you first enter the cave, and the cave is lit on the inside, and you see that there is an oil lantern not too far in the cave entrance, and there is probably several cans of fuel, like for that lantern sitting there, like kind of stacked up at the front. This does appear to be a very old natural cave, but it looks like people have been in and out of this place, right? Probably for a long time. It's some type of special ritual place, for the Apache people. So they have like a hook, like hooks in the walls for, lights and stuff like that.
Are they
so
lit?
You see this one is lit. This one here towards the entrance is lit. But as you guys are going in, it does not take you long to get in there. You're hit with that same old smell of decomposition. You guys walk.
I wanted.
Go ahead.
Jack is already on edge, so can he do an alertness to make sure, to get some kind of insight to what's coming if someone's watching them, real quick, just to be safe?
Okay. Yeah, roll me something.
Failure.
It's you're uneasy already, so you're trying to keep your eyes out. Colorado's is leading. He's got his shotgun up. He's kind of like checking his corners, slicing the pie. This cave does kind of wind a little bit, and then he comes out to this. He's just ahead of you and kind of goes around a corner just a touch, and you hear him under his voice. God damn it!
What is
you come around? You guys come around the corner, and you see a wide opening in this cave, and there is a hole in the ceiling where moonlight is streaming in. obviously you guys have flashlights too, and there is like a large kind of fire pit in the middle. It looks like there has been fires. There are like native like etchings and art and stuff like on the walls, but most importantly, there are 2 bodies, at least 2 of them, which look to be basically picked clean almost to the bones.
They're just meat and skeleton? Or what do you mean?
Like almost all of the meat has been removed, right?
Jesus.
Like, and there is a...
Can you tell if one's a female?
No, they both are larger. They don't appear to be the size of a 17-year-old girl necessarily. They appear to be the size of men. But they are... One of them is kind of just like thrown against the wall. The other one looks to be just in the final process of being picked clean. And there is a third one that is sitting with its back up against the against one of the walls, kind of slumped over, clearly dead, with a lot, like most of its face missing, looks to have been torn or cut off, along with like other parts of its meat and stuff like that. And Colorado sweeps around, clears the room, and he goes over to that one and looks down. He squats down and looks at the face that is down. He's like, "That's Loco. It's Loco right there. I'm gonna bet these 2 other ones. I'm gonna bet that's Elknath and Nana." God damn
Jack's
it.
trying to keep down whatever he had that day.
Oh yeah, sanity checks all around.
Well, not for Bert, but...
Not for Bert, he's still outside. But by the way, have you guys been tracking whether or not you are immune to sanity damage from violence yet?
Yes. Success. for Jack.
Success.
All right, that's another 1 if you succeed. Keep in mind,
Jack's at
you
65
exposed.
over 64.
You're getting close.
But I don't
Also,
do it
keep
unless
in
I
mind,
failed.
You can only check, right?
No, you check. You make a check every time you take sanity damage of that type, and don't
Okay.
go insane.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So based on that last sanity check, then
I
I
thought
am
it was-
adapted to violence now.
Yeah, I thought it was only if you failed.
Oh, it's just any damage.
Just any damage. Okay. Yep, then I'm adapted
And
at
we all
this
took
point.
1 across the board.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, if that's the case, then let's just go ahead and do this real quick. Everyone roll 1d6, who is now, I think is now everyone's going to be immune.
I'm not immune yet.
Not yet? Okay.
I've
I got a
1 more to
one.
go.
6.
But you're outside, Bert.
Is this good or bad? Let's go on.
What did you roll?
This is based off the last sanity
Okay.
check we did, Brad. I would have been adapted then.
Ah,
I rolled a
gotcha.
6.
You rolled a 6. And what'd you roll?
I got a 1.
Page 73 of the player's handbook. Unfortunately, being adapted to violence means your agency's empathy suffers. He or she permanently loses 1d6 charisma
Oof.
and the same
Oh
amount
my God.
for each bond. So
Ouch.
Thorn has only lost 1.
Oh, that's
shit.
bad
Bert has
for
lost
Bert.
6 charisma. So you thought he
Oh
was
my
unpalatable
God.
before.
Oh.
You hadn't seen nothing yet. What does that put your charisma at?
Fucking hell. That's gonna be 9. It was at
Jeez,
15.
that's bad.
Oh my god.
That was
Okay,
like your
so
best
you're-
trait.
That was your best trait. You are positively
well, my strength is
reptilian.
also... Actually, no. That was not my best trait.
Oh.
That is
I
a
got a
huge
16 in
hit, though.
intelligence and 15 in strength. But
Okay.
yeah. And you said I have to subtract that from each bond?
Yeah, subtract that from each bond now.
That's insane.
Okay. I'm into
Yeah,
it.
that's rough.
He's something is jarred loose.
It has.
Uh,
So you guys enter in there again. Like Bert's out there having a real time with John as this new adaptedness to violence settles on him.
Probably talking about his bonds disparagingly, like, shit
Just
talking them
disparaging them.
as he's like losing more and more of his mind.
And Cooper, that goddamn Cooper. Every single case I take.
Shut
on you just like ranting.
You just don't stop.
You remind me of my father. I mean Bailey. I mean my father.
So you two in there, you're looking around, and again, like, you know, Colorado's just like, he kind of, the bones there, let me roll something for Colorado's real quick.
I'll probably mention to Colorado's like, Colorado's, what are we looking for? What the hell? Jack,
Any
evidence?
What are
we looking for?
Anything.
But we found them. They're dead.
He's
Now we're going to
looking
be
at
poking
these-
around for this creature?
Well, he gets down and he's looking at this. He's like, these bones, they've been chewed, but not by. These are human teeth. Someone has eaten these people. Someone is. Oh my god. He's like pointing out. He's like, these are not coyote or animal bite marks. These are like someone ate them. Look at this.
God in heaven. Is
Give-
there
give
any
me rolls for you guys as you kind of look around?
it's like a
Alertness?
search? I'll do a search. Good old search.
I'll take an
Success.
alertness. Failure on alertness.
Was that a success on that search?
Yeah.
You were looking around, and one of the things you find, maybe like you over in the last one, Loco, who he was told you that, you know, he the one that still has the most meat on him. Looks like he probably died the most recently. You would guess probably within the last day or so. You know, pretty fresh corpse. But like chained to the wall, like maybe like, you know, like, or like chained or tied in a way to like to keep him here. You see that there is a knife stuck in the side of him, and you would bet that this was the knife used to kill and probably butcher these people. And, you know, and if you point that out, Colorado is just like, hold on, don't touch that. And he will reach in his like back pocket, you know, or his little backpack, whatever he has, and pull like an evidence bag. You know, he's like, might have fingerprints. Might be able to use this.
Do you recognize that? Is that a ritual knife, or is that somebody's knife you might have seen?
Ooh, good questions from Jean. Yeah, what kind of knife is it? It appears to be a like military style K-bar, which is a military utility fighting knife kind of thing that the U.S. military use. Big ol' army knife.
Anyone you know?
Our killer, well, he
I was just gonna say, anybody you know who might have access to that kind of knife, ex-military.
You ask that question, he's like putting it down in there. He's like, oh, big ol' army knife. And you say, do you know anyone? And he's like zipping it up. He freezes here in the flashlight light of the cave. And he's just stock still as his eyes are moving. He looks down at the knife. He's like, Santana. Santana. He's a like a hermit. I don't know. Was a ranger or something. Vietnam. We barely ever see him. He lives way the hell out there.
She part of the tribe?
Yeah. He kind of. He's like. He went AWOL decades ago. Just lives off the grid. But yeah, he's out there somewhere. He lives off the land. He's just a mountain of a man.
Oh Lord.
And he's just like, no, Manny would never hurt anybody. Manny, he's He just keeps to himself. He would never do this. He like points to the bodies. He's like, there's no way. No way.
Look, I get you, Colorados, but we have to just follow the evidence.
There's no evidence. Like this is just a knife. This doesn't mean anything.
It's the weapon that did this.
You can tell this is weighing on him, and he's just like, let's keep searching. Keep searching. Find anything else. Must be something
Is this a
else.
dead end?
Yeah, it's a dead end, but there is this kind of, you see, maybe it kind of winds back. There's a bit where the cave gets quite small, and again there's the kind of moonlight kind of coming down through this hole that's kind of up high. But you can kind of continue to search. I would give you, Jean, if you want to roll an actual search, I'll let you give one of those too.
That's a fail. Getting all my fails in today.
Yeah, you are. At this point in time, Colorado's will exit the cave and tell Bert, he's like, go in there, take a look around. I gotta talk to John.
Alright.
They're just kind of
We'll
talking
leave you
in
to
low
it.
tones. Yeah. So you can go ahead
We'll
and
go
roll
back in
your
the cave.
sanity check. Oh, no, you automatically succeed at your sanity check for the violence, because you're now adapted to violence. So you're fine. You don't take any sanity damage. But you, Bert, you go in and you can do your rolls as well for whatever you're interested in.
Yeah. Do you see anything?
I wonder how this -6 to charisma all of a sudden manifests. Is it just
Gonna be snappy
an
as hell.
intensity on the eyes? Maybe he's just sweating and he's fidgety.
I know that we play Bert like an absolute psychopath, but he typically probably comes off quite well to people. He is very manipulative in that way. He knows how to come across well. That's kind of fallen off.
So now it's just psychopath coming through. Of death, yes!
Okay, so he's
hell.
no, that's... Yeah, he stopped masking.
Mm.
Stop
That
masking.
would
Now we
definitely
get to
be
see
it.
mask off Bert.
Oh, yep.
Okay, so he walks in and sees this violent display of gory, and maybe he starts just wringing his hands and just like muttering to himself, "Where your lobe when the cage is in it." And in that way, he will do a search.
Okay.
Whilst muttering to himself.
Whilst muttering to himself.
About different parts of anatomy and how he might have done it different.
Better, if you will. Let's see what we got.
Success.
shit.
1820.
Wow, nice.
You know, maybe Jack is overlooking at this small... You know, it's not really even like a way in or out. It's like a crevice that leads up above to the open air. Bert, you are looking, you know, maybe Jack's like, you know, kind of looks at it and is like, you know, it's too small. Bert, you kind of look up in there and you think like, you know, I think you might be able to get up in there a little ways. And you kind of wriggle your way, and you guys see Bert going up with a flashlight and like going up to his shoulders, like caving, like fucking like Nutty Putty Cave over here, like just like contorting himself to get up. Bert, you find two things of interest, right? The first thing you find is what appears to be fingernail marks. It looks like someone had been dragged down into the cave from this, that maybe someone, and maybe even you find a human nail that appears to have been torn off.
Yuck.
And maybe that human nail is painted a colorful color.
Oh,
Painted a bright red.
Maybe
the girl.
he'll let out a little hysterical giggle that almost sounds like a whimper, maybe. And he'll like wrench himself out of this crevice and be like, "Looky, looky, looky, looky what Bert found."
This
Jesus.
is obviously unnerving that he has done it this way.
Sumter girl.
Yes, but it does definitely kind of make you think that you can imagine maybe this girl, if she was here, maybe she had tried to crawl out of this hole and then was pulled back.
They're naked.
But where is she?
But
Where's
that-
the
And
body?
there have been consistent dragging marks throughout these crime scenes. So, is this dude just like dragging her like a sack of potatoes?
The other thing that you see, Bert, if maybe you looky what Bert found, and you go back in, and there is something that as you're there's this small kind of open area up this kind of chute, and you see something at first, and like your eyes kind of fall over it and then move on, but then snap back. This Bert is so much more lizard than man anyway, so he's so well connected to these parts of himself that can detect that thing that's just a little bit odd in the environment. You see a rock, but it's not quite right. Like, it's not quite the right shape, and it seems disconnected from the rock around it.
How
and
big?
It's almost perfectly round.
Like a pebble. A pebble, right? We're looking at a
No.
very small pebble.
Not a pebble.
Oh no.
Not a pebble at all.
Oh no.
It's
That
about
rock.
it's about the
That
size.
rock is not right.
It's about the size, a little bit bigger than a basketball. And
Say a tangerine.
a tangerine. It's just a little bigger than a tangerine.
Size.
A tangerine. It's a rock the size of a tangerine. You look at it, but the more you look at it, the less it looks like a rock. And you reach forward to grab it, and something very odd happens. Which is, it turns from a rock before your eyes into an almost perfect... Oh, we lost Brad. It turns from a rock, and its visage kind of shifts into an almost a perfect grayish, kind of matte metal looking sphere in a moment. Just like,
That what belongs in the box?
don't know. Don't know. You have that box with you. So the rock, as you reach out and touch it, it goes from being a rock to this weird, dull gray sphere. It's just small enough to get out of this crevice as you touch it. And you touch it, and it's warm to the touch. Not cool like the rock around you, but warm. Reach out for it.
It's my birthday.
Roll a sanity check as you see this thing transform before your eyes.
Oh, that's a bad place to roll a sanity check.
In a
Shoved in a
cave.
crevasse.
He's,
Yeah.
he's still in the crevice where he found the fingernail.
That's right.
Okay, that's a success.
Take 1 sandy damage. Does that push you over the edge?
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Are you going to deflect?
It does.
Oh, you deflect.
I mean, those bonds are already almost gone at this point. You might as well.
I think I have to.
Okay.
I think I want to not, because I love playing crazy people.
Okay, fair.
But I just lost so much. Yeah, I've got to deflect.
How's your willpower?
Okay, for the moment.
All right, so you're
I'm
going
going to deflect on Bailey,
Okay.
who is my father figure.
Who's...
All
yeah.
Right. So I need to roll
Roll
4.
Roll a d4, and you lose that much willpower. It's only 1 sanity damage, so you'll always.
Right. Lost 2 willpower.
Okay.
And deduct 2 from my bond.
Correct. The Bert comes out of the hole with this thing in his hands. And I imagine he kind of, like shimmies backwards out of the hole and then kind of flops down on his ass and just has this weird, again, just a little bit bigger than a basketball, this weird, dull gray, like kind of gunmetal light looking.
Is that what it looks like to us?
Ball. Yeah, that's what it looks like to you as well. And he just sits there. and all flashlights shift onto this fucking thing that Bert has.
Looky, looky, looky. Bert found a cookie.
Well, Jack will be like, "Drop it, Bert. Drop it."
He starts to like put it in his mouth.
Drop it.
Not going to drop it. It's mine.
We don't know what it is, Bert. The case. We need to put it in the case.
We've got the case back there. Jack, don't worry, just let him hold it. It's okay. We have to get out of here anyway. This is not the time.
We can't let Colorados or John see it.
Why? It's
You
just
can
a
make
ball.
Persuasion check.
All right.
Make your case.
We don't know what it is. Jack will try to persuade.
I will say for the other two of you as well, like, you know that the ATF agents had this weird case, and that's already been brought up. So, like, is this what the ATF agents were after? That kind of thing.
Failure. He doesn't persuade.
I get a 20.
I think I'm going to hold on to this, Jack. Just for the moment, you understand. Oh, well, you succeeded. Are you
pretty
trying
much-
to persuade? You weren't trying to...
No, I was saying you need to hold it. Jack,
Okay.
don't worry. It's, as you can say, it's in escrow with our good friend here, Bert.
Ah,
All right.
So, at some point in time, you hear, and you can hear outside, you can hear the sounds of what sounds like John. You cannot tell if he's angry or very, very sad. Just the kind of guttural sounds from him. And maybe you hear the sound of Colorado's walking back in the cave, making his way. He's like, "I'm coming back in. Don't shoot." Walks in.
We'll leave it to
Nothing
Jack.
more that we found. Colorado's. We should get out of here. Everyone needs some rest.
Wait, so you say to him, "Yeah, didn't find anything else," and Bert is sitting here with this thing in his lap.
Sphere on his lap.
so how big did you say it was?
A little bigger than a basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can't
so
put that in my shirt.
Yeah,
That you
Bert
stick
just
it-
walks out looking pregnant. And
Yeah, just like-
nothing to see here.
Yeah, right. I'm something of a geode collector. Familiar with amethyst?
Oh. Okay, and so he comes in, he's like, "What the fuck is that?"
A beautiful specimen.
Are you going to try to convince him that this is a geode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. He is going to say, he's like, "Listen, I mean, this is a sacred cave. You can't just take shit out of here." So if you want
We
to
also
convince him-
found a fingernail. This is not really of much interest, but we did find a red fingernail, which we may need to do a workup on, and it might be Leslie's.
He'll give
Trying to
you the
deflect.
evidence.
I'm trying to deflect towards the
Alright.
interesting evidence.
Okay, so I was gonna have Bert roll persuasion at a -20 because he doesn't want you to take shit out of here. But if we're going to say that you're trying kind of to distract him in a way,
The red
with
fingernail.
this,
Be like,
with the
don't
red
worry about this,
fingernail,
but there's murder. Maybe 3 bodies in here.
all
4.
right, give me a persuade roll from Bert. You want to pass this? Let's
Flat?
see. Yeah, I'm gonna say flat. That's probably being a bit generous, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Here we go. That's a failure.
So close. So
That's-
close.
So you know how I passed by 2 points earlier?
Yeah, you failed
I
by 2
failed by
points.
2 points this time.
He's like, there's no way John's gonna let you take that. Like, what is that? Is not a rock. What is that?
Would Jack chime in at this point? Like, how much is Jack attached to?
Jack can't control you. He's Jack is a
Look, Colorados, we will deal with this appropriately, but I think the most important thing that we need to handle right now is the body count. Are you okay with us handling this, and we keep you focused on keeping your people safe?
Ugh. Again, you have tapped into something that he is especially sensitive to, which is his duty to his people.
Maybe I can be like... I suspect that this might be of historical importance to your people. What if we, as a collective, hold on to it for now and analyze it when we get back?
Whatever it is, it's a part of whatever happened here. I would just take it back to the station and store it there. This looks like evidence.
That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
Okay. Fine, God, I don't even have a bag big enough for that. Jesus. Here, just wrap my jacket around it. He gives you his jacket. You know, it's like whatever. It's like and Bert, as you wrap the jacket around it, the surface of the sphere starts to kind of look like cloth. Like, you know, as you roll the cloth around it.
Interesting.
And it's like, I already had you roll a roll for that, so I'm not going to do it again. But it's just like, something is weird with this thing. And Key doesn't see that. He's like, John is a mess. We gotta get out of here and just go back to the four-wheelers. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
And at this point, you guys exit. You guys exit out. Let me roll one thing real quick here. Something interesting might have just happened. Something interesting might have happened.
Don't know what you're talking about. It's all been quite interesting.
You guys are making your way out. You're making your way down the hill, and again you hear the sound of this coyote howl go up, and it sounds close. It sounds like it's just on the other, it's just barely on the other hilltop. And there's a moment where one or more or all of you maybe kind of turn off that way, and maybe just in the far distance, maybe you think for a moment you heard the sounds of rocks shifting or something moving out there in the dark, but you can't exactly nail it down. But you just had this feeling, undeniable feeling, being watched. But you can't place it, you can't put your finger on it. You make your way back to the four-wheelers, and from the view of the camera, we see the camera pulling back and back away from you guys, and eventually coming back through the lenses of a pair of binoculars as you guys mount your ATVs and start to move out. And that, my friends, is where we're going to call it for today.
We got it.
Nice.
Captured the flag.
You captured the
found
flag. So,
It's got to get back to
but
base.
now you have to take flag back to base, and then you win.
Mm-hmm. Yep. On track.
As is tradition. Yeah.
This ball.
What is this
This
ball?
ball.
Wait till you actually try to play basketball with it. And you like
found a-
slam it down on the concrete.
We found the plantier
Shatters.
or Vorthnak.
Right. All right. Well, everyone listening, everyone watching, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Pup Show Shadow Plays. I will tell you guys, we're getting toward the end.
Okay.
Things are getting spicy.
We have one more person to look into.
Oh,
The
man.
hermit.
Manny
Manny.
Santana.
Nice
All
job.
right. Yeah, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
very nice.
Listen, everyone listening, everyone watching, you want to get the sanity checks, you want to get the episodes a week early, head over to Patreon, you know the whole thing. Head over to greenbacksgaming.com. Jean has just revamped our site, has added like a free dice roller that you can use for your stuff. So thank you, Jean, for being
Yes.
a real nerd, which is obviously what we need in these
What I
trying
do.
times. Yeah, that's what he
Do
does.
he though?
You guys, thank you so much. I know like getting back into the swing of a game after being away from it for like a month is hard. I think you guys killed it.
Thank you, Joe.
Oh, we're here.
A lot has
Yeah,
happened.
this is really fun.
Yeah. I thought you were being like, oh, we're here. Like we have showed up and are here.
We were on time, was that Dace was
We're
saying.
in it.
Oh yes, I was the one who was late today.
Shots fired.
All right. Thank you guys again. Thank you everyone listening, everyone watching. We will catch you next time. And remember, as always, stay safe and stay sane. Bye.